So UpaDowna got its start from a need in the Colorado Springs community when my husband came back from Iraq. He was looking for a way to kind of reintegrate into the world here. UpaDowna focuses on 3 peaks, and that's part of our mission. So we focus on empowering individuals, creating healthier communities, and fostering a respect for the environment. So out of those 3 peaks, our 3 programs are the Summit Series, and the Summit Series is basically, again, someone struggling with their own goal or an outcome that they want for the outdoors. So we help them succeed in that category. That can be something, one of our most popular activities for that is rock climbing. A lot of people are scared of heights, and this kind of helps them overcome that fear by doing it in a safe and fun environment in a climbing gym.
There have been plenty of times, especially because the program that I volunteer the most is Climb Night. And connecting with the people that are so terrified of that wall, and you're just hanging and you don't want to let go, and just knowing, just letting people know, like, I have actually been there. I understand exactly what you're going through. I am here to help you go through it. And seeing the happiness in people's faces, and that just, you can see that moment when things click and in people's head, and they're like, oh, I understand what this is about. They leave the program learning something about themselves that they didn't know beforehand. And being able to experience that, being able to see it, that's the most gratifying. And that's why I keep coming back as a volunteer for UpaDowna. It's to see those moments where people just realize how awesome this association is.
Moving on to our second program is the community campfire, and that's exactly what it sounds like. Is we want to build a community around one single topic. It might not be a campfire all the time, but it's something that pulls everyone together, whether it's a community bike ride, a community hike, our Adventure on Tap speaker series, something where everyone is coming together again to talk about one specific activity or topic. And then our last one is Environment Essentials. And that kind of comes from the need of recreating responsibly. So we want to be out there hiking and biking and stand-up paddleboarding, but we want to do it responsibly. So we do park and trail cleanups, and the public is invited to that to kind of help learn how to be a steward of our community.
We did the folk and flannel, and that was our first time camping. We've done a lot of firsts with them.
UpaDowna's goal is to bridge the gap between people and the outdoors. Our mission statement says, we're an adventure nonprofit, but there are so many people that go on without that one-on-one with nature, and they feel that it's very difficult or expensive to get to the outdoors, to go hiking, to go climbing, to go paddleboarding, and we try to bridge that. We try to, provide as much gear, as many opportunities to as many people as we can, so that everybody can be outdoors.
So she has literally built a community where there's not an option for you to say no. Because if you say, oh, I don't have a bike, well, we have a bike for you. I don't have a helmet, we have a helmet for you. Well, I don't have a hiking backpack, good, we have one we can give you. Well, I don't have hiking poles, pick some out of the basket. They seem to have an answer for everything. And I think the community is really showing them a lot of love as well.
A couple of our success stories are, they range from a gentleman who lost over 100 pounds by coming bike riding with us, a single mom with 2 kiddos, one who has autism. He had a really hard time focusing on certain activities, but when he came to UpaDowna and did things like stand-up paddleboarding, he was out there for hours on end, and the mom was just like, this is amazing. I've never seen him stick to one thing for this long, and she could actually have a few minutes to herself on the beach.
My oldest son, Logan, is 16, and he's on the autism spectrum. Middle school years were really tough, and that was right around the time where I found UpaDowna and began to become an active participant. They really helped us with Logan. I wanted to hike, I wanted to bike, but maybe Logan didn't always want to, and there was always somebody there to sort of help coach us through. I can't tell you how many photos I have where he's not with me, he's with somebody else, because he's having a hard time or it's difficult to get through the task, where another adult steps in and takes over. That allows me not only to have time for myself, but to spend time with my dog, which was really important to me.
Another single mom with a young child who they've never really been outside, and through UpaDowna they've tried cycling together, they've gone camping for the first time together. They started with UpaDowna stand-up paddleboarding as well, and it's really cool to see the kiddo grow up from riding on mom's stand-up paddleboard to being on his own and paddling with mom.
He did his first volunteering with picking up trash at America the Beautiful, and we did that last year, so I want him to be able to give back as well. Last year we had a lot of firsts, so that was our first volunteering, picking up trash, and we had our first camping trip, which was amazing.
So we're able to make the programs all ages and all abilities accessible, so that really there is no excuse to not try something new outdoors.
I told Randi a million times, I think UpaDowna makes me a better parent, because I get to do the things that I like, and not only am I doing the things that I like, but I'm including my children in that, which is such a huge part. It's not just bikes, it's the fact that I get to ride with them. It brings it a whole nother level of value in my own life, to be able to tell people what we're doing, and that, look, if I can do it with a kid on the spectrum, you definitely can do it. You can do it with your kids. And people are, oh, I have 2 kids and I'm nervous, and I said, don't be nervous. We're gonna circle you. And like, you go on the pedal party, there's always somebody at the back. You call them the sweep. They have a bike kit, they have a spare tire, they have a tube for you. No matter what happens, they're gonna make sure. And if your bike breaks, they'll walk with you back wherever you want to go. You want to finish the ride, great. You want to stop, great, I'll walk with you. So the feeling of never being left behind, no matter how bad a day you're having or how beat up your bike is, they even have a fleet of bikes that you can rent if you don't have a bike of your own. You can say, hey Randy, I want to come to the ride on Wednesday, and she'll have a bike and a helmet on the road waiting for you when you get there. It's fantastic.
Wow, UpaDowna has impacted my life in so many ways. I have suffered from depression for a long time, and just being able to sometimes, not feel great, and just have people around me that go hiking with me, go paddleboarding with me. It's bridged me with other people. I've created amazing friendships through UpaDowna. I've learned myself. I've had to, in a couple of the programs and a couple of situations, kind of step into a leadership role within the programs, and I've had to learn how to be a leader and how to help others, and that has been the greatest impact that I've had. It's just, I have grown so much as a person within the last couple of years, and a lot of it has to do with UpaDowna and that connection that I'm having with the outdoors that before I didn't have.
One of my favorite moments about UpaDowna was we had a young man that's dealing with autism, and he came to one of our bike rides. His mom brought him to one of our bike rides, and he sat on the corner, the curb, and was just nodding back and forth and kind of locked in himself. And we're not therapists. We're not, we don't have any great training in how to connect with people other than being ourselves. So I went down and I sat next to this young man and talked to him and told him I really didn't want to ride either, and eventually convinced him to help the ride. We empowered him to lead, and he's been with us for 7 or 8 years now. He's come out of his shell. He sees that we're not a threat, and that we don't look at him as a threat. Just because he's a little bit different, he's starting to realize we're all different, and he's a stronger, now teenager, young man that is a great leader for our group and for our community. He's just, I think, to be able to impact someone in a meaningful way when they're not guarded anymore is what it's all about.
I would not have the success in my adult life that I have if I didn't have these people helping us.
That's awesome.
It was to the point where I felt like there were days where, Logan is you see him right now and he presents really well and really high functioning. There was a time where he couldn't go to school and I was homeschooling him and it was really hard and we were alone a lot. And it was like having something like the UpaDowna hike coming on Sunday was almost motivation. It was like carrot in front of a horse. Like the fun is coming, the respite is coming. Your friends are coming, your tribe is going to be there. Just make it to Saturday. And there were a lot of weeks where I felt that way. That we just had to make it to the bike ride or make it to Saturday.
Yeah.
So sometimes even when you're having a hard time in your adult life, if you can put something on the calendar that's fun, it's a big motivator. At any age, I think it works well.
We heal through nature in different ways. I think we're primal. We're still primal in the sense of we are not used to this technology and this kind of living that we're doing nowadays. We're still wanting to gather and hunter kind of mentality. So I think our brains cannot process all this technology, all of this noise, all this movement all around us all the time. And I feel like when we go to nature, everything stops. And time kind of runs at its own pace. And it's like our heart, our rhythm syncs with nature. And I think that's why it's so healing. Because there's no distractions, it's just kind of you and your thoughts, and you have to deal with stuff that we try to run away from every single day. And when we get to nature, we have to deal with that because there's nothing else to connect us, quote unquote, to the world. And then just being able and just kind of finding the moments of sitting by a stream and listen to the water, or watch birds fly by, or other little animals. It's very healing, just that being able to kind of take a step back and just look at nature. And a lot of people don't realize that.
But I still get to teach and to inspire and to help and to uplift. And through that, it's been cathartic and healing because it allows me to do that. So I think it's given me my life back.
Thanks for listening. I'm Randi, and I want you to unleash your adventure.
You have to say that. But you have to
Over here.
unleash your adventure.
That's perfect. That was good.
I'm Molly. I'm Sarah.
I'm Logan.
Unleash your adventure.
Good. I am Steve.
Whatever
I am
you.
Steve.
Oh.
You interrupted. I can't do it. I am Steve, and I want you to unleash your adventure.
Boo. Okay.
Cut.
Perfect.
Okay. Oh God. Thanks so much.